everybody to the Springfield Township Board of Trustees meeting. It's January the 12th, 2021 at about 5:30 p.m. Mr. Burning, can we have a roll call?
Yes, Ms. Davis?
Present.
Mr. Honelaw?
Present.
Mr. Burning?
Present.
All trustees are present.
If everyone could stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Mr. Burning, do you have a financial report?
Yes, Mr. Burning, because of the financial department is still working on closing out the, not only the month of December, but the year 2020, exact figures for the month of December are not yet available. Those numbers will be posted on our township website as soon as they're available. What I do request is a motion to approve the minutes, warrants, and payroll expenditures for the period ending December 31st, 2020. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And I just want everyone to know that financial reports are available for viewing during regular administrative business hours, Monday through Friday, or on our website 24/7. Thank you, Mr. Burning.
Thank you, Mr. Burning. Mr. Gilbert, do you have departmental action discussion items for us?
I do. Thank you, Mr. Burning. We have several action items tonight. The first of which is, the board is aware, we've discussed this in work sessions as well as in previous meetings. Many years ago, and honestly off the top of my head, I don't remember how long ago at this point, I think it's been almost 10 years ago, we purchased a piece of property out of foreclosure over off of Thunderbird Drive and actually demolished a dangerous property that was existing on the property when we acquired it, and that's exactly why we acquired it, is to remove the dangerous property. Since that time, it's been a piece of property that we've just maintained and had to cut the grass, and it has really served no public purpose other than when we originally acquired it, which was to remove the dangerous structure. Since that time, we've received various offers for people to acquire the property, most of which to do things that we weren't necessarily in favor of or thought would complement the neighborhood, and fairly were low offers. Most recently, we received an offer that is very close to what we originally purchased the property for. Mind you that when we purchased it, there was a structure on there, albeit dangerous, still with a structure, so that was factored into the value of the property. And this particular offer is close to what we originally acquired the property for. And then additionally, if you consider what we annually pay to maintain the property and then what we've expended over the past many years in order to maintain it, this offer not only gets us close to what we paid for, but it gets us out from under an expense that we have every year maintaining a piece of property that essentially serves no public purpose. So with that being said, as the board I think has already indicated in previous conversations at work sessions, you are in favor of moving forward with the sale of 977 Thunderbird Drive. And at this point in time, I would just ask and recommend a motion to authorize the administrator to execute that purchase agreement or sale agreement, purchase for him, sale for us, obviously, for 977 Thunderbird.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next on the agenda, we have the various canine officer agreements that we do every year with our canine officers. Laura, is it best to do a motion for each one? Okay. So with that being said, unless there are any questions regarding, these are our standard agreements that we do every year. The first motion I would seek is to authorize and approve the canine agreement with Officer Jim Sheeler.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
The second would be to approve the canine agreement with Officer Deshaun Brooks.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Last on my action items, what I am requesting is to set a date for the equalization hearing for various infrastructure projects that we conducted over the 2020, and now is the time prior to sending the assessments to the county to have the statutorily required equalization hearings. Mike, can you remind me which projects those were for?
Brentwood Heights, Phase 1 and Phase 2.
Okay. The date that we're recommending is the same night as our February regular trustee meeting. And we are recommending to have that hearing at 4:45 PM on February 9th, 2021.
That works for me.
Fine by me.
Works for me as well.
What date was that?
The
February
9th?
9th.
4:45.
Do you need a vote on it?
Yes, I need a motion.
Motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Looking at the personnel update, we did have in the fire department a little bit of activity. We had the resignation of Shannon Osterfeld as a part-time EMT firefighter. We also had the resignation of Jacob Courtney as a part-time EMT firefighter, and then the resignation also as Sherman Smith, part-time EMT firefighter. That's pretty common that we have part-timers come and go in the fire department. They're either accepting full-time jobs other places or they're working more hours at a different department. It isn't uncommon for us to see turnover in that department, especially with part-timers. In the Public Works Department, we did have the resignation of Donna Black, a community cleanup laborer, and then we had the new hire of Justin Anderson, a part-time laborer, date of hire January 12th, 2021, today actually. And he's joining our team, former employee of the Hamilton County Engineers Office, and we think will be a great asset to the Public Works Department. We did have a new hire in the Arts Community Center, Ann Sloan as a guest services representative, date of hire December 14th, 2020. And that concludes the personnel update. And now I'll turn it over to Kim Flam with Arts and Enrichment.
Thank you. Hopefully everybody has received their activity guidebooks in the mail. Those have gone out. We only have one event coming up, and that is February. And it's actually a section of dates, February the 12th through the 14th. It is a virtual production by Cincinnati Playhouse in the Park called A Snowy Day. There is a link from our website to get a free ticket to view the professionally recorded performance. That's all we have.
Thank you, Kim. Other than, we have a few resolutions, 4 of which are standard resolutions that we typically do every month, if not every other month. There is one resolution, Resolution 11, 2021, that I want to draw your attention to. Mark Besserman is in the audience in case there are any questions regarding this resolution, but this resolution is supporting an application that Mark, through the Cardinal Land Conservancy here in the county, is making to the state of Ohio, Clean Ohio Fund, in order to have the Land Conservancy purchase his piece of property that he owns just east of Bridge Creek off of Compton Road, that Cardinal will acquire and preserve as a natural space for the public to enjoy. And they had requested that this board pass a resolution in support of that application to the Clean Ohio Fund for that purpose. And so the resolution is on the agenda for that reason. And when we get to that particular resolution, if there are any questions, as I said, Mark is here in the audience to answer any. But from a staff perspective, obviously, we support their efforts. That's a piece of property that would be very difficult to develop, frankly, due to the topography. However, not impossible, but we do think it is a worthwhile effort to preserve that piece of property as a natural space. And, you know, we wish you luck in your endeavors. And again, this resolution is on the agenda for that purpose. So with that, unless there are any questions, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Gilbert. Now we have resolutions. Resolution number 7, 2021, authorizing private sale of unneeded and unfit for use property in the police department. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Honolo?
Aye.
Mr. Burning?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Resolution number 8, 2021, declaring motor vehicles located on public or private property in Springfield Township, Hamilton County, Ohio, to be junk motor vehicles pursuant to revised code 505.173 and ordering the removal of such vehicles pursuant to resolution number 80, 2012, and revised code 505.871. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Honeylaw?
Aye.
Mr. Burning?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Next, we have resolution number 9, 2021, declaring nuisances pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 505.87 at various listed properties within Springfield Township and authorizing statutory actions necessary to abate the nuisances. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Honeylaw?
Aye.
Mr. Burning?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
Thank you. Next, we have resolution number 10, 2021, establishing assessment for abatement of dangerous property condition and certifying same to the Hamilton County Auditor. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Honeylaw?
Aye.
Mr. Burning?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
And last, we have resolution number 11, 2021, resolution supporting an application for the 2021 Clean Ohio Conservation Fund NRAC 2 round number 15 for the Besserman Woods Nature Preserve Project, 26 acres in Springfield Township, Hamilton County, Ohio. Do I have a motion?
Is there any question?
It's a resolution.
Do you have a motion?
No motion, just call the roll on resolutions. Did you already make the motion?
No,
Okay, all right, I'm sorry.
we haven't. I was wondering, does Mark want to address the board?
Do you have any comments or any,
I didn't really have any questions or comments. I can say anything if you'd like.
That'd be good for the record, yeah. That would be great. Thank you.
So I've worked with Cardinal Land Conservancy to develop this proposal to basically sell my property, Cardinal, to open it up as a nature preserve. Cardinal operates in 7 counties in southwest Ohio and has a number of properties that they own, including actually one that they just bought in the city of Cincinnati where the Little Miami joins the Ohio. It's going to be a nature preserve there. It'll be open to the public. And there are several others. There are a couple in Clinton County, one in Brown County. And that also works with property owners for conservation easements, in particular agricultural property in some of the more farmland areas of our service, of the Cardinal service area. So as Chris mentioned on my property, some challenging topography, but also a very beautiful natural space when you get in there and walk around. I've got pictures of coyotes. There's a active beaver dam on the stream right now. Blue herons, owls, all kinds of fantastic natural life there. And so the vision is to have Cardinal manage it as a natural or nature preserve that is open to the public. And we'll need to add probably a parking lot because there's nothing there now. We'll need to do some trail improvement before it really opens to the public. But I think it'd be a great asset for the township. And the important thing I think for you guys is we're not asking you for anything other than the resolution of support. There's no ongoing expectation that the township provides any kind of monetary support to the preserve. It's something that Cardinal would own and manage. Do you have any questions?
You answered them all that I had with what you said.
No, I walked it with you one time when I happened to be there, and it is a beautiful piece of property, so it's a great use for it.
I'm sure the residents of Bridge Creek appreciate the fact that it will remain natural as well.
Right, and I really think it's a amenity for the entire township. It might be something that Kim in our next newsletter, out on the on the website, we could run a story about how it's
Well,
or do we need to wait until they're
at the right time?
Right.
At the right time,
Because the
yeah.
next step in the process is actually submitting the application for the Clean Ohio grant, and then it's a competitive process. We may not actually get the money.
Right.
If we do, then it will pretty quickly go ahead, and that might be the time to publicize it a little bit more. And Cardinal it typically tries to draw people into their preserves by having coordinated nature hikes, wildflower walks, that kind of thing. So I could see that happening, and we could easily let you know when that happens.
And that was my major concern, if it will be usable and benefit our residents, and it sounds like it will be, so I'm in full support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes, thank you. So I think I'll make a motion.
Second.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Honalaw?
Aye.
Mr. Burning?
Aye.
Resolution carries.
All right, do we have any old business before the board?
I do not.
I have none.
Any new business before the board?
I do not.
No.
Okay, now it's time for our citizen participation, and I guess we're not going to have any of that tonight, but that's okay. So I guess I would ask for the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Thank you, Mark.